Hello, gang. Welcome back to Psychonauts. We just went in a guy's head. He's got some weird cooking game show going on. That's what we're gonna do.
Well, let's get to our first dish. A tragic delicacy from a troubled nation. A Grulovian drowned egg. Ooh. First, our contestant will have to find a very outspoken egg.
Oh, me! Pick me!
Boil it in hot water.
I'm all fired up and ready to go.
Prepare it with an unruly onion.
He said my name!
That's been sliced into pieces.
Just call me Pork Chopper.
Put them both together on a plate and see if the judges can bear two.
Ram it down!
Finish your dish
Yuck.
before the clock runs out, and you'll win valuable prizes from the Mystery Box.
Could be in the box.
What do you say? Think you're up to the challenge?
Sounds easy. We got this. Right, partner? Partner?
Oh.
Yeah, what was I expecting?
Alright, we need an egg, you need to boil it, and we need to chop an
I
onion.
think there's some emotional baggage nearby.
Careful, that steam is hot. Melt those goggles right off you.
I think...
That's hot.
You did tell me that was hot. Pretty hot. Got us all piggy. Cody, go the fuck away, man. Can't see past your fucking steam overlay.
Well, let's get to our first dish. A tragic.
It's probably some bullshit going on with Origin, because you still have to use that when you buy a game on Steam. It's lame. How do I...
First tag.
Chef, pass the egg.
It's happening!
Let's see if he
This
remembers
is
what
weird.
to do with it.
I feel good about this.
Careful, that steam is hot. Melt those
No!
goggles right off you.
It's happening! My runny days are over!
No, a water pot never boils. Well, don't just sit there resting on your boils. We've got other ingredients to prepare.
Yeah, where's Pork Chopper? Okay, chop that pork. There's an onion.
I think I hear some
Onion,
emotional
what?
baggage nearby.
You won't be sorry.
Let's see if he makes the cut. I think it would be nicer if I were in the slicer.
What? Am I supposed to, like, slam this, or like pull it?
Stop it! Quick, hit that button, chef.
Hold on, let me smash that safe. I was only trying to help. I broke into a zoo, or kind of pound. He freed all the animals, and they made sweet love to him. As animals do. He was like, big nut. And then he lost his fucking pants, and they all ran away the next morning, because animals, much like strippers, don't really love you. And then he went to jail. And then, I don't know, fucking daddy bailed him out. Yeah.
The chopping process has begun.
What, am I supposed to keep doing this?
The chopping begins. Shocked. Maybe this chef is going to go the distance.
And he's going for speed.
Egg is boiling.
Apparently this is completely chopped. It's got the little check mark on it. I'm worried about the boiled egg though.
Let's plate that again.
It might be getting ruined now. So we gotta make a hurry.
I think I hear something.
Ah!
We make a great team.
Let's see if he can get it to the plate. He's assembled all his ingredients. If Chef would just hit that button, we can begin the presentation.
Did we make it?
I'm not sure. We'll...
Well, here we are, at the moment of truth. Will we be looking at a drowned egg or a drowned contestant? Reveal the meal!
What?
So, what we did was, we took an egg
Boring.
and we popped it into the water.
Pedestrian!
Then Chef had the idea to withhold the salt at just the right moment to create a sense of longing within the yolk, if you will. You what? We think it really improves the nose feel of the composition.
Nose feel.
Bon appetit.
Ah! Ah!
Surprisingly acceptable.
Acceptable!
And that's not all. By finishing within the time limit, you've opened the mystery box.
Oh, half a brain.
Well, don't just stand there resting on your laurels.
That one was a gimme.
Let's see how you do on your next dish. Shoo!
Congratulations. You did it. How does it feel?
Well,
Fantastic. Well, get ready, because it's time for your next dish, right after this commercial message.
Tin Can Crunch! I break your teeth on it. Cut your tongue too, just like Captain Crunch. No. Ow. Ow.
Time for justice!
Oh.
that's right. I should have bought some side pops.
No. Give me that damn hammer, you son of a bitch. Woo! Maybe the old bow. It doesn't do much damage at all. Kind of useless. Ah.
Council must not badger the gavel!
I feel like these should give me health.
You may cross-examine, Counselor.
Agent Boole, an important thing to do when you're feeling overwhelmed is to take breaks. So before I push that button and start the next dish, let's take a breather, okay?
Good idea.
Oh, thank God I can explore. Okay, so it's been like 2 weeks since the last stream, probably. Yeah. Just wasn't having a good time. Very bad 2 weeks at work. Fucking management made the most harebrained decision you could possibly think of. Shows how out of touch they are with the actual work they're in charge of. Is of course the failure of all management. That you can get hired as a manager without having ever worked the job you're in charge of being in charge of.
Yes! Got the duffel bag tag. I like the fight. But if I'm gonna help each of you, I better hit that button and start the next dish.
So yeah, that wasn't fun. I just wasn't feeling it, wasn't in a good mood. Faintly remember what was going on here, but we're also not too deep in the game, so it don't matter. However, last time was our first time streaming on YouTube. I'm not sure how it worked out. Like, on Twitch, I usually have one viewer, whether they talk or not. I don't think I had any in the last stream.
Agent Boole, an
It
important
makes sense, you know, new to the platform. I'm sure
take breaks.
whoever's watching me on Twitch isn't actually subscribed
Let's take a breather.
or anything like that.
Good idea.
However, the video performance after the fact is somehow worse. Like, I'm pretty sure both of the 2 views on it are from me.
Yes! Ooh, I don't want to forget to pick
I'm
up.
watching things to make timestamps. Which is kind of the opposite effect of what I thought would happen. But then I realized that it doesn't, like, show the VOD in my videos section. The channel has, like, a separate tab for previous live streams now, which I don't think was the case in the past. I tried to look it up beforehand, what would happen with it. And, yeah. Apparently it's supposed to fall under uploads, but uploads isn't a tab anymore. You have videos in the live tab. So I like added a section to my main page to show whatever the last live stream was at least, and you can of course get to it through the playlists that I make, but it seems like your past streams are a little inaccessible unless you want to upload them yourself after the fact. Which I guess is kind of an advantage of going from Twitch to YouTube like we used to. And you know, this is still only our second time doing this, so we need more data to determine whether or not it's working out. But we're gonna stick with this for now. Not like we had an exceptional amount of viewers before anyways. But if the videos themselves are hard to discover, that's an issue. Right, so beekeeping, you know, you made a smiley face by commanding bees, I guess, and you commanded animals to hurt the lady? Or is that the snake lady? Did he... Yeah, Deluge, I think her name was. Attacked her with animals and someone died. And then they opened the mother lobe. And then he was in his office, sad and alone. Sure does like bowling though. Someone left and voices. Right, he did send me to go get the bees from the thing because someone wasn't answering his call or whatever, and he hears voices. It didn't really explain what the voices are though. PTSD.
I have a mystery prize tonight. Yep.
Probably get like pyrokinesis or something. And my levitation's helping me out too much here. I'm pretty sure this can burn up the goo. No. Guess not. Well, then maybe I'll keep levitation anyways.
Wonder what my mystery prize is. I should go get it.
Let's see.
I think I hear some emotional baggage. Aha! Here's the Hatbox tag.
Been working on updating my channel art. I know that it's been out of date for a really long time. Like, my mascot doesn't even look like that anymore. In fact, I went ahead and changed his legs because I thought that the crab legs were both like weird to make appealing and difficult to draw. So he has like normal cat legs now, which is fine because before the ocelot was only the head. So now he's got like crab armor and hands still, and dolphin body and cat head and legs. We still got a pretty even distribution of the chimera parts.
I don't want to forget to pick up my mystery prize.
Haven't actually changed it yet. I still gotta do some little decorating, but I've got the character himself redesigned and drawn. Came out pretty good.
I'll take this nugget.
You see my friend keeps launching Jedi Fallen Order because he keeps freaking crashing for some reason, I guess. Well, the next game comes out sometime this month, and I don't know if I'm gonna buy it. Probably not right away anyways. But one, it's got the $70, and I hate that change so very much.
I think I hear something.
But also, the game is 150 gigabytes, or maybe even a little more than that. That is insane. I think, like, Call of Duty Warzone is smaller than that, even. And that game's massive. For, like, a little stinky single-player adventure that EA probably didn't care much about. Madness. The game better be, like, hella long and have a lot of content, because, you know, that was kind of an issue I had with the other one. I wish there were more powers, more to do, stuff like that. It was alright. Like, I'm definitely going to play it at some point.
I wonder what my
It's like, you know, a little shallow.
I think I hear something. Oh! Ah, watch it!
In fact, I'm going to be in Backload Mug for a while, because I'm not sure what comes out this year that I actually want to play anymore. Like we did Hogwarts Legacy, that was the big one.
I don't want to forget to pick up my mystery prize.
I'm sure there's some indie things in the cooker that I'm not being hit with advertisements about constantly. Maybe we'll get Hollow Knight Silksong.
Hey, I have a mystery.
But you know, it's fine, alright? Elden Ring took up so much of my time last year that I have a pretty big backlog. It's hard to, like, pick something and start it, but, you know, we're doing stuff. In fact, I've got a handful of things to talk about today. Oh, Final Fantasy 16, that one, of course. But that's going to be a PS5 exclusive for a year, so won't be playing that. In fact, we'll probably get some expansions or whatever when it comes out on PC, so it'll only be a good thing. And you know, I can justify paying $70 for a complete edition after the fact, if that's how they're gonna price it.
wonder what my mystery prize is. I should go get it.
That game's looking really weird. Like, I was excited for it at first because it looked like they went for more of an action RPG thing, and now they've, like, done sort of a demo thing with the press, and it seems like they're going for more of a Devil May Cry kind of thing. And it still has RPG elements, but, like, that is not where I thought they would ever go with Final Fantasy. It's fucking crazy. Still looks sick. I'm like,
I don't want to forget to pick up my
stoked for it. I don't know what else is going on. Oh, and I think I decided what we're gonna play after this. I said it would probably be a shooter. I'm thinking The Sinking City. I think that's like a perfect thing for a Let's Play because the game is kind of jank, and like I think a lot of people wouldn't be down to play it themselves. But, you know, I'm all about it. I can deal with the jank, and I love Lovecraft stuff, so perfect. That's something I pulled out my backlog too. I was like, you know what, maybe I should play this, and then nah, I should stream it. Hey, there's a nugget of wisdom up there.
Maybe it's time to smash that button and get cooking again.
There's gotta be some kind of state change lets me up there at some point. There's something over here too.
Yep. Suitcase tag. Gotcha.
Ah, there's a thingy in the back.
Tag for this guy.
I need this steamer trunk tag. I need to get a steamer. Ugh. I think that jumps too high. Maybe I can like use momentum from this rail, but even then I don't think I'd be able to get the height to make it onto that. Okay, let's hit the button. Let's not die and have to recollect everything like we did a few times already. Collected my half a brain, I did.
See, Agent Boole? You can do it.
Next one won't be so easy.
You got that right. For your next dish, you'll be creating a strawberry jam croque madame.
Ooh la la!
You'll need to boil another egg,
Easy.
take some bread,
I've already risen to the occasion.
slice it up,
Bread's much nicer once it's been through the slicer.
and fry it up on the griddle.
I'm getting ready to ribbon flip out.
What about the strawberry, huh? Hey!
Glad you asked. We'll need not just any strawberry, but a strawberry that's been blended.
Did someone call for patty puree?
All right, Miss.
Meow.
It's time to show us your best, madame. I wonder which ingredient he'll select first.
The egg, of course. The bread might take time to cook too, but
Hey, I hear you worked with my brother. Yeah!
Walk in the kitchen, please. Especially with that.
the timer's a lot smaller. I wonder if it carried over from the last thing.
I'm later than I look, right? Right?
Can't make a croque madame with that bread as it is.
That device is...
What? Fine, we will blend a strawberry instead.
You won't be disappointed. You know, I don't know why, but I just can't wait to be blended.
Careful. I lost an arm in there once. Once a goat tastes human flesh, well, it changes the relationship. Trust me.
Quick moving blades, razor sharp. What could possibly go wrong? I wonder if I should work on something else instead.
Go grab that egg.
What's that sound?
Careful, that's hot.
Bruh. No, don't tell me I dropped the fucking egg.
We only have 5 more seconds. Oh, I'm sorry. I meant...
You scared me, Compton.
I'm later than I look, right? Right? It's slicing time.
Okay, he's placed the ingredient. Will he be able to pull back the pork chopper's action hoof? Excellent. The chef is now clear to push the chopping button.
And let's bring it over to the griddle.
Go ahead and fry me up. It's chilly in here.
So I avoided the difficult path. It's like some kind of mini game. Alright, get me out of here.
That actually smells good.
Blender. Oh my god, that's horrifying. Made an abyss shit.
He's done it! All the ingredients are in.
Took us like 2 minutes.
What do you think, Chef? Did you get caught in a jam? Are you worried about croaking? Reveal the meal!
What do you have to say for yourself?
We have attempted to infuse this dish with,
Egg on toast.
Curiosity and resistance.
Where's the jam?
The more sensitive palates among you will also discern just a dash of regret.
Slightly better than a mouthful of nails.
Slightly better than mouthful of nails! You're talking like fingernails or like
Not all.
hammer
By
nails?
finishing within the time limit, you've opened the mystery box.
half a brain.
Now be gone!
And bring us more food.
Well, you two must be feeling great after producing such a quality product for our judges. And speaking of quality products, it's time for a word from
Sounds
one
are
of our
awful.
sponsors.
In the good old days watching Tim and Eric. Bees! Just a bowl of bees in the morning. Hopefully they've been de-stingered.
I sentence you to death!
To death! Ah, crap. And grab the hammer.
Oh man, wish I had a side pop right now.
That fucking thing.
My power comes from justice, not that little mallet.
Fuck.
Now be gone!
And bring us more food.
I sentence you to death! Ha! My power comes from justice!
It's weird how only some of the enemies get themed around the brain. Like I said, they all should. This guy's obviously a chef, and his gavel's been replaced with a meat tenderizer. Love that.
Remake, cross-examine, counselor.
Thank you for helping me, young man. I don't know what I'd do without you.
How would you feel about taking a little break before I do?
Don't know how I'm getting up there. Oh, hey, is that a figment? There's obviously more. Got 11 more. They have to, like, bring in a whole nother section of tools or something for this last thing. It's gonna be ridiculous, I'm sure. Actually, they put out new figments all over the place. I want to grab all of them now. I thought those are just things that I missed. Maybe these will lead me on the path to the secret. I think I want to get on top. Right here, right? Forgot about wall jumps. Fuck! Yeah, that looks like a path, actually. Okay. Look! I think that thing will flip me through that one. I'm not gonna go. Jump feels a little tight. Height-wise, you can just barely get enough, and you'd think that you'd be able to do a ledge grab or something, which you can on some things, but the curved surface, I don't know. And if I gain more speed by, you know, doing this. Yeah, that worked out. Ah! Please don't tell me that reset my checkpoint. Fuck!
I think I hear some emo-
Oh, a dark thought. That's... That was a nugget of wisdom. Okay. These are all hidden in the background.
I like the fight. But if I'm gonna help Agent Boole, I better hit that.
So I just did that the hard way. I don't know if they even intended for me to do that. That's probably why it was so difficult. Huh. Okay, I think that's everything. For now. I literally am staring at two more things. Seems all of them are probably out here, like there's one of two that I'm missing still. Maybe around the boiling pot is the last one. Not seeing it. Gotta be somewhere I haven't been before though, right? I don't think I picked up the steamer tag yet either, did I? Tell me, is there like a checklist? Should be. Yeah, I just don't have the tag nor the thing. There it is. Down here, of course, I didn't explore this area at all. Because I might find the tag around here too.
That's it! I think I've collected every figment in this mine. maybe it's time to smash that button and get cooking again.
What are the odds that the last reward is the tag? I already got all the other things. Could also be in one of these seats. But I don't know. Yeah, I'm just gonna hit the thing. See what happens. Maybe they'll even let me explore that reward area at some point.
Get through this. Oh, I hope
Could be something in there.
juice it.
Me too, because it's time for our third and final dish. Straight from the Lumber Stack Diner, it's the Honey Pepper Pancake Stacker. You'll
Pepper.
need another egg.
We're all
Pancakes?
friends. He boiled my dad and grandfather.
Oh, but this time that egg needs to fry.
Then I'm your guide.
Next, you'll need a boar.
I'm just a pig, but trust me, I'm game. Get it?
Whatever, as long as that pig gets sliced
That's a little sick, man.
and fried.
Wait, I've got to pull a double shift?
To give our pancake stack that signature beehive look, you're going to be using an actual beehive.
Woo, I'm all a buzz.
I wish Cassie were here to handle those bees.
But wait, there's more. The final touch of summery sweetness comes from a watermelon
It's about time.
that's been chopped
Sure, I guess. Kinda still thinking about that pig, though.
and then blended.
Oh. Looks like I'm the big finish.
No pressure.
I'm not doing anything with the
Lord
beehive.
Fuller's favorite dish.
To mess this up would be an insult to the very heart of the Psychonauts.
Yeah.
So, chefs, better get cooking.
Okay, beehive.
Move in the hive.
I'm supposed to boil it, apparently.
Them bees.
Oh, I can feel it helping my lower back already.
I knew you couldn't resist me.
You ever thought about how hot tubs are just like boiling pots for humans?
Ingredient in position. Now we must quickly grab the pork chopper's hook.
Quick moving blades, razor sharp. What could possibly...
Great! Once you push that button, the chopping begins.
Woo! Now it's a good
Walk.
Is that chopped melon I smell?
Chop up this piggy.
This is weird.
Quick, chef, get that ingredient back to the serving plate.
Oh, I got it.
Chef is now clear. Push the chopping button.
Hey, that wasn't so bad.
I feel great.
We haven't let something overboil yet. but I swear to God, it's flashing faster.
2 minutes left, oh my!
Could be in my head though.
It's me! You see me? I'm over here!
Jesus Christ. Okay. Hey, he's bacon.
For Chef would be to fry 'em.
Owner's Ford's favorite dish.
Ready to...
What?
You know, we might just get through
Damn
this.
it. Is it because I dropped the bacon? Alright, well, maybe we should start with frying the egg then.
There goes Chef. Let's see if he remembers to fry this.
Oh, that's a shame.
It's happening! I prefer to be fried over medium, but I could go for over. Woo! Keep the yolk running, all right?
Then serve that ingredient.
Oil the hive.
In this dish, it's possible Chef is concerned about destroying precious pollinators, and that's why he hasn't boiled that beehive yet.
It's true, bees are going extinct, but I'm pretty sure we figured out artificial honey a long time ago, so it's not that big a deal. Though it is a bit concerning that we're still using them for food, considering that's the case. I'm pretty sure the honey you get at KFC is artificial, and that stuff tastes great. Like, no issue.
I knew you couldn't resist me.
Let me slice that melon for you.
3 minutes left, oh my!
Ingredient in position. Now we must quickly grab the pork chopper's hook.
Quick moving blades, razor sharp. What could possibly go wrong?
Great! Once he pushes that button, the chopping begins.
Woo! Now it's a picnic!
Actually, I use enough to get to the blender. I don't need to ride the thing.
Well, what are you waiting for? It's serving time.
Pig.
Never fly. Look at me now, haters.
Bring that pig over here. Yes. This is weird.
Grandpa Mervin.
Edie? Is that you? Oh no, this just got a lot weirder. Hey, that wasn't so bad. No kidding? Well, say hi to your dad for me.
That doesn't smell right.
Is that honey pepper boar bacon I smell?
I have a mom. Oh, I should cook it.
That ingredient looks ready. Now, he just has to get it back to the serving plate.
moving. 30 seconds to go. I don't want to panic you, but I would say
Just push the button.
She's dancing.
Have I mentioned that when prepared improperly, the honey pepper pancake stack can produce an interesting byproduct? No? I didn't mention the possibility of a deadly swarm of killer bees? Ah, no matter. Let's see what we got. Reveal the meal!
Is that
They
the
look all right.
tallest stack you could manage?
It's taller than it looks.
because
What?
we put the literal height of the horizontality of the flavor profile,
What?
if you will.
Moderately pleasant.
Moderately pleasant.
And that's not all. By finishing within the time limit, you've opened the mystery box.
The mystery Bic. Oh, it was the tag.
Well, Chef, it looks like you've won over not just our judges, but also our audience. How do you feel?
Well, I couldn't have done it without this young man here.
No way! You can totally do this on your own now, Agent Boole.
No, don't say that.
That's great to hear. Because it's time for what audience?
No!
That's right. It's time to double down. Chef will be cooking alone in our isolation station, completely dependent on his sous chef to gather the ingredients he needs for the final 3 dishes.
Okay.
Don't worry, Agent Boole. I'll get you all the ingredients you need.
What do you think, judges? Ready for another course?
No problem.
We're professionals.
We might have to make a little room.
Okay, first dish is vegetable medley. Ingredients on the board.
Please don't tell me the boss is gonna be some vomit monster. Oh, okay. It's close enough. No, I need to get the ingredients from their stomach. I need onions.
Why didn't I stock up on Psychonauts?
Oh no, he's got the wrong ingredient again.
Sure that's not an onion? Yeah, that's an onion.
Look out! Perfect choice. But is it too late?
Oh, yes!
Come on, I know you goats ate some eggs earlier.
This is gross.
Well, Chef, it looks like you've won over not just...
Also slightly annoyed I didn't get a chance to collect my reward before going into this.
Quickly, sort through that partially digested branch and find me my ingredient bag.
Stink. Chat with the chef.
Just what the doctor ordered.
Come on, I know you goats ate some eggs earlier.
So are these like phlegm?
Oh, that's not going to help the chef's final score.
I wouldn't touch that if I were you. More ingredients.
That's the ticket.
That's an egg. That's an egg.
Goat vomit is not one of the
Oh, I do need eggs. Fuck.
No offense.
parameters.
Perfect
I'm
choice.
sorry.
But is it
What?
And I told you what I needed. That goat is charging. More ingredients. Why are you playing with that? I don't want that.
What? Nope.
Are you touching that exactly the thing? Hurry now. Thank you. I don't suppose one of those goats recently regurgitated a strawberry by any chance?
Bruh.
Please tell me this batch has the ingredient we need.
It seems like the sous chef has picked up the wrong ingredient. That's better.
The slightly and vomit on this one, but now I cover it up with something like this dish all by myself.
You can do it, you.
I shall certainly try. You stay safe down there while I do my best.
He did it!
We did it.
Now.
As you know, in the double down round, the chef's assistant must serve the dish to the judges. Let's see if this young man has a passion for service.
Judge down.
Oh, it looks like our judge liked that dish. Perhaps a little too much. Oh, but it looks like someone's ready to get back in the mix. It's gonna be messy. I'm out of here. Second dish is royal borscht. Good luck.
Borscht.
One of those disgusting ones might hold the key to our victory.
Here we go.
Oh, yes! Oh, please. Oh, my. Please stay clear of the goat wretch for my sake.
Where are the freaking ingredients? Send me a pig.
No, here comes some fresh candidates. Wait, is it wrong word?
Oh no, he's got the wrong ingredient again.
Wrong.
Looks like he's got a good
Please don't do that. Your vomit is not one of the ingredients.
It's mustard. Why not barf out an egg?
Oh, my. Please stay clear of the goat wretch for my sake. Oh, I don't like it in here.
You need to serve the judges, chef, not attack them.
Quickly, sort through that
Why are they attacking me?
and find me my ingredient. Finally!
Egg.
I'll take it from here.
Attacking the judges is not a part of double down. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. It looks incredible, but will the judges say it's inedible?
Serve it before it gets up and walks away.
A little gross. A little creamy turd in the center. Tomato soup. Pretty sure borscht is like a vegetable soup.
All right, let's see if our second judge can exercise a little more moderation. Uh-oh, someone's been overserved. And it looks like they're getting ready to flip out. But our final dish is no laughing matter. Mess up these jam tarts, and you'll find yourself in a sticky situation.
One of those disgusting lumps might hold the key to our victory. Put that down, you'll spoil the dish.
Oops, wrong ingredient.
Why is he picking up the wrong ingredient?
How am I supposed to know what it is?
Oh, that's great.
Watch it.
If I only had a... Why are you touching that regurgitated matter? It can't be good for you, and it must be unthinkably wrong. Please don't play with that. Goat vomit is not one of the ingredients I need. Oh, here comes some fresh...
Watermelon.
Well, fresh is a strong word, but...
Rats, this isn't what I need.
We don't need one of those right now.
I don't want this. No offense.
Well, it's about time you found one of those.
Jesus Christ. Pick it back up. 5-second rule.
I need is a strawberry.
Oh, I hate to see that. I'm going to close my eyes.
Rob.
Why are you touching these delicious that has the ingredient we need, and it must be unthinkably warm.
This.
Perfect choice. But is it too late?
It's the last
We're good. You're the only three.
I don't want to chase it, but I feel like this one will be my best one yet. Dinner in a minute.
Not back to the gavel.
Why didn't I stock up on side pops?
Ah! I feel like the melee attack's so ineffective on anything that isn't a dummy.
This is awkward.
Well, who are these jammy fellows?
Serve them quickly, young man. You'll never know what these tomatoes do.
Vomicakes.
Run for the hills, folks!
Oh, he's alive. It was me the whole time.
Well, I don't know about you, but I've certainly had my fill of excitement today. All right, everybody, let's clean up this mess. Come on, get a move on. Clean kitchen, clean mind. You see, this is why I usually get takeout.
Ah ha 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 ha! Canned laughter, you love it.
Oh, that is so Cassie. But what do you mean they won't let her out? What librarian? Here, my boy. You've earned this. I need to go find Cassie right away. Lost? We'll never get lost. I know.
Oh, the bowling ticket. That's what we're doing this for.
Wait, don't you want help?
The member's card.
Guess he doesn't.
Ram it down!
With this senior league pass, I can get to Agent Crawler in the bowling alley and try to reconnect that aspect of his mind. The bowling aspect.
Really lame. I have to go into the freaking thing to go collect the reward that they like showed me in a cutscene. Is collective unconscious even a thing, or video or software lab first? Woo. Okay, so got a list of things. We got like 5 things on the list. Start with a short one. We played The Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog. Came out on April 1st as an April Fool's thing, but it's like an actual game, kinda. It's a visual novel.
Is it time to take a spin in the brain tumbler? Yes.
It was free, by the way. I did not buy this. I don't think I would have, but it was better than I thought it was gonna be. So it's Amy's birthday, and she wanted to have a murder mystery train party. So that's what happens. You go on a murder mystery train. You have your own mid-ass OC. You can name them whatever you want. I call him Sancho the Hedgehog. And yeah, Sonic and friends, including the Chaotix, come on train, and Sonic gets murdered, obviously.
This show has been cut drastically.
You might say it was chopped.
But they kept that guy. Here's the steamer trunk tag.
And you know, they like keep a little tension in there as to whether or not Sonic is dead or just faking it for Amy's sake. And yeah, the answer may surprise you. Anyways, very linear visual novel thing. You're technically playing detective, but there's no mystery solving. Just click on everything until you have your evidence, and then you talk to the characters and you get some funny interactions. It is a little funny. Everybody's got a cool costume on. But it's very linear. If you ever mess up the minigame, it gives you a retry. No stakes. However, the minigame, that's the thing. There's like a weird endless runner thing where you have to like collect rings and jump over gaps and obstacles and stuff in order to form a cohesive thought, I guess. So they're like obstacle courses. These feel very much like the mini games you do to collect the emeralds and you know, the classic games. So it's basically one of those, and like the background and the obstacles change based on which cart you're in, which are all themed.
Looks like no one will ever know.
Yeah, they start out simple enough, but then when you get to the finale of the game, you do like 5 of these things back to back, and they actually get a little difficult, a little intense. So it felt like me just reading stuff for a while ended up turning into an actual game at some point. That was kind of cool.
might detect a slight burn.
Yeah, I guess that's all there is to really say. Kinda cool. There was more game to it than I was expecting. I think it took me like 3-4 hours. Like, it was just a night of fun on April Fool's Day. And yeah, it was alright. And it was free, so, you know, it was an alright night.
I don't get paid enough for this.
Now, what I do like about it is that it's, you know, a different game featuring Sonic characters. Like, they used to do that all the time with, like, Sonic Riders and Sonic Team Racing and stuff, but, like, they don't do it often enough. Like, it doesn't need to just be kart racers and Mario Party and whatever golf mini games, whatever. They can make actual games just featuring the same characters, which they did do once before with an RPG they did with BioWare, like Dark Brotherhood or something, like a turn-based JRPG thing. You know, maybe if somebody decides that Sonic isn't working out as a game, because most of them haven't worked out, maybe they can try putting him in something else, because Sonic's a pretty great mascot, at the very least. You have to admit that his design is pretty perfect.
Oh, hello. So glad I don't have kids.
What's up, little guy?
Yep.
Who's dragging in all this mud?
Alright, I did make it up. Harder than it should have been, but we are up here. Not sure how I'm getting over there, though. I might have been able to pop out from around here.
Another caviar tin in the air vent?
Oh, hello.
Maybe cut that a little short. Alright, that was simpler. You know, with this levitation ball, you can do like a pretty good extended jump out of it. If you hold the button.
Hello.
That's something they told you when you got the power. Alright. I might have to go to the other side to get to the fun, but we'll give it a shot.
Oh, you look just like my nephew. A little jerk.
Improve your networking skills with our new mental connection pins.
Where am I supposed to get a brain for a buddy? Oh. I don't know if I talk to him.
Excuse me, but how would you feel about me putting you in the body of Nick for the mail?
Young man, that is not a polite question.
I wouldn't ask, but it's really important.
Sorry, but it's gross. If you need a brain, go see Otto. He's got hundreds of them in his brain frame.
Where's his brain frame?
In his lab on the other side of the quarry, right across from the mother lobe. Can't miss it.
Okay, good to know.
Yep.
Improve your networking skills with our new
I'm
mental...
gonna talk about another thing, I swear. It's just we're gonna go into the bowling alley right now, so there's gonna be a cutscene. And I wasn't expecting this to take more than a few minutes.
Oops. Oh.
Ah.
Oh, you look just like my nephew. A little jerk.
Maybe from up on this.
Hey, has anyone seen Sherry?
Improve your networking skills with our new mental connection pins. Improve your networking skills with our new mental connection pins.
Ah! Here we go. Probably wasn't the way to do it, but I did it.
Improve your network. Brand new mental connection pins available.
Oh, I only have 7. It must have been a total count it was showing me.
No refunds.
Oh, you look just like my nephew. A little jerk.
Bowling, baby. Ain't been bowling forever.
Open up!
Look a little young for the senior league,
I keep all my gray hidden under the helmet.
Ah, good tip.
Oh boy, the water went up my nose. Ah. Wow.
Watch it. This disinfectant spray is lethal.
Shouldn't you be wearing a mask?
Hi, kid.
Hey.
Are you sure you're old enough to be an intern?
Hey, Coach. Aren't you supposed to stay away from, you know, death machine plans?
This is no death machine, soldier. This is a machine of peace. To protect the people you love from Maligula.
Peace Walker?
What do you call your peace machine?
The Psycho Mech Battle Bot.
Are you still gonna make that thing?
Those penny pinchers cut it from the budget.
Well, maybe that's a good thing?
Yeah. Now I can make it without any official oversight.
How are you gonna make it without money?
Son, the less you know about it, the better.
Yeah, no. Hey, don't you have an intern to take care of?
She's on an important mission. I sent her out to get some Nunya.
What's Nunya?
Nunya business.
I saw Sam. And listen, I think she has some issues with animals.
What? She's a bull. Bulls love animals.
I wouldn't eat those pancakes she's making.
Eat them? No. We're using them as heat shield tiles for the Psychomech, so it doesn't burn up on re-entry.
What?
Do you promise this isn't a plan to take over the world?
Rasputin, that was the old me.
Yeah, like 3 days old.
Anyway, with the money Forsyth's giving me, I couldn't take over this bar.
What do you think the mole is?
Oh, Sasha. 100%.
What?
I mean, that accent, right? It's weird. Where does it even come from?
Coach, I don't think...
Trust no one, Rasputin. No one.
Are you nervous about Maligula?
Let me put it this way. If that mass murderer did come back, who do you think she'd blame for what happened to her? Where would she come for revenge? Right here.
Well, maybe she doesn't need
I
revenge.
don't mean this bar, Raz. I mean the mother lobe.
Well, I'll leave you to your plans.
Plans that will save your life, soldier.
Yep. Hey, can I get a drink?
What, are you kidding?
Today's the day.
It's like a boy band. One of the boys has a deep voice. That never happens.
Might as well take some practice shots before the rest of the senior league gets here. Looks like you left the Big Four.
The Big Four. The old 7-10 split. The 10
That's not
split
the
your
way to
cheeks.
score big, kid.
Throw it right at him, yeah.
You got a strike. Well, I'll be.
There's no reward for a strike.
Ouch! Ooh, 7-10 split. Good luck with that. Ah, I've got it in my blood.
Hey, Ford.
Shoes aren't ready yet.
What you doing there?
Trying to disinfect these bowling shoes. But I think I'm losing the fight.
Would you mind if I stepped inside your mind for a minute?
Sure. Better than you stepping inside one of these shoes. I tell you, it's like Germ City in there.
Germ City. Tiny boys.
Giddy up!
Oh.
What? Whoa! Okay, it's just...
Keep the balls in the lanes, please.
Sorry.
How do I dismount?
Are you comfortable? Am I Ford? Wow. Ford and Lucretia dated? The couple that came here on the date, Ford and Lucy?
Yeah, they were just here a second ago. Cute couple.
Any idea where they went?
They went bowling. Duh! That away.
None of these balls are round. Like jelly beans.
Crawler Mux party, your lane is ready. Crawler and Mux.
Mux, it's mute, is it not?
Whoa! Okay, it's just like a giant thought bubble, made of bricks. Here goes nothing! Whoa! Whoa. Oh, wow!
Oh, I like the look of this place.
Hey, look at that giant Ford head. I wonder if there's any brains in there.
More than you got, Sonny.
The end is coming!
Oh, give it a rest, guy!
Death is coming from above!
Guy was right. All hail Guy the Prophet.
If there's a piece of Ford's mind, out of my way! I gotta get to that giant Ford head before the city is sanitized.
Okay.
Why don't you go home, Sonny?
Do I talk to them?
You think that hurt me? Not fair!
Okay, what was I? What were we doing? We weren't doing nothing, that's what, I played Tomb Raider. First of the reboots. Let's see. I played Rise of the Tomb Raider before this for some reason, which is the second one.
Looks like Ford and Lucretia were actually quite an item.
But she had syphilis. Anyway.
Rude! Ah!
Yeah, I played the second game without playing the first one. Sue me.
Oh.
I just got around to the first one now. I think I picked it up for free on GOG at some point, the complete edition. So it came with an expansion, however, I'm sure a lot of the DLC was like multiplayer content, and the multiplayer is offline now. Of course. In fact, the game is a little, like, unstable. I wouldn't be surprised if it was completely unplayable in the near future.
A little help!
But keep that in mind. It's also unlikely that you're gonna see, like, her remastered collection or whatever when that happens, because it's a dead franchise. All other Square Enix's Western properties, Hitman, Deus Ex, Tomb Raider, Legacy of Kain, all those failed. They didn't meet their expectations, so they're all canned.
I need to fix that rail crane, and you're gonna help me, okay?
What's that sound?
I know it's been a long time since Legacy of Kain, obviously. But they did have Nosgoth, a weird multiplayer combat thing. And that failed. So that was like the nail in the coffin for them, I guess. They also had like a Dying Sun game that wasn't released. It was pretty deep in development though. And then there's Dark Prophecy, the thing that would have been the next game, had the main story continued.
Sorry, that's not how these things work.
This guy needs a duffel bag attached.
Balls.
I think Hitman Absolution was the last one they officially made before they went off on their own with the property. And I think that one's alright, it was just like it didn't sell well. Same goes for Tomb Raider games.
And you're gonna help. That's the stuff. Here we go.
And Deus Ex was just stupid. Human Revolution's a good game, but then they like split Mankind Divided in half. And gave you an unsatisfying game because of it.
Yeah, that ball is too slick to ride now. Let's roll!
So that was a shame, but yeah. Just keep that in mind. If you ever wanted to play these games, I think that you should do it now before they're unplayable, unless you happen to own a disc on a console.
I know what you're up to.
I think it was a PS3 game, so it's likely that the game is actually on the disc. Otherwise, if you have it on like a PS4 or something, make sure you get that shit installed before they shut down this service. Because they are trying to end support for the PS4 already.
You know it!
Hey, now, no crossing the foul line.
Man, this thing's big.
Come on, Chief. We're on vacation.
Booger ball. Anyways, let's talk about the actual game. So it's a third-person shooter. Featuring a not badass Lara Croft, right? This is supposed to be her first adventure ever. So she's not badass, she's scary, vulnerable, she doesn't make smart decisions. And there's of course the infamous rape scene. I know YouTube doesn't like that word. As you might imagine, I did not care for Lara as a character in this one. Like, again, she just does not do the right thing ever. And she ends up getting all of her friends from college or whatever. She's on, like, an expedition. They're looking for the lost city of Yamatai. It's like a Japanese myth thing, I guess. Apparently their queen was able to control storms or something, like she was the Avatar. And she just, like, wrecked any ship that came near her island, so they were, you know, invincible.
Ah! Look out!
Hey.
Sorry. I'll pay for that.
Hey, I was in.
Excuse me. Please! Coming through!
Hey, I know that guy.
If I'm gonna get to Ford, I need to fix that broken rail on the Kingpin Express before someone arrests me.
Now, this sounds a little obvious, but apparently how she found it, she's like, hey, you know the Dragon's Triangle, that place where storms wipe out ships all the time? That sounds familiar, huh? Nobody ever thought to investigate it because of that, obviously, but, you know, it's on paper, come on, it's obvious. So they go there and they do end up finding the place, and it's full of other shipwreck people, shipwreck crazies, and a cult.
Why don't you do it?
So yeah, everybody gets like kidnapped and murdered, and you know, on like a per chapter basis, you lose people. And Lara like gets a little more, cool.
When the world gets destroyed, I want it to be perfect.
Yes. Fix the Kingpin Express.
Buddy, that ain't the Kingpin Express. That's the foul line. It'll take you across town, but you gotta transfer to the Kingpin. At this time.
What was that? Ooh, this one's pretty.
Did I ever find that tag? I don't think I did. Found a tag. Yeah, so like some of these people just die in really stupid ways, and it kind of pissed me off with the story, I guess. Like, there's one guy who's being held hostage with a machete, right? And Lara points her bow at them. You have every gun in the game at this point in time, and still she pulls out a bow. And it's just one guy, like, she could have made the shot. Instead, she lets this guy jump off the cliff with them. Kind of pissed me off. And, you know, there's another guy who's, like, fending off guys in a boat and he, like, blows himself up. And she could have just killed all the guys. She killed how many guys going up to that point? Like, she totally could have done it. But no, cutscene Laura isn't as badass as gameplay Laura. Anyways, third-person shooter, it's got some cover mechanics, but it's not a cover shooter. You kind of just walk up behind things and you auto-crouch. It actually feels pretty smooth. But animations on everything are a little quick, a little snappy, a little jank looking. Strange.
Kingpin Express, I'm coming your way.
It feels kind of like an arcade game. In fact, I know there is like a light gun game at arcades of this one. So, like, that's weird.
Just keep under my head, or you'll be sorry.
So yeah, that's like how the guns feel, like a fucking light gun arcade game, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just not what I expect. One that probably had a big budget.
How rude!
You only have 3 guns and your bow. You get a pick, axe type weapon, like a melee weapon. Not the most useful thing in the world, but it's alright. You have your bow, which you get arrows for, and you can buy skills when you get experience to unlock a couple different arrow types and stuff. So you can get like fire arrows and explosive arrows and armor piercing arrows.
Stay.
Yeah, shotgun, which is actually the least useful of things. It doesn't one-shot guys up close, so like, what's the freaking point? But there is an upgrade for it that gives incendiary ammo. It's kind of cool. SMG gets a grenade launcher eventually. Probably has the most ammo. It's basically the only thing you'll ever need in a fight, assuming you don't miss too often. I didn't feel like the game had aim assist, like it wasn't babying me, but I also didn't miss very much, so there probably is some level of aim assist that feels very good, I guess.
Even if I don't live to see it, there will...
and you get a pistol, which is a pistol. There's an upgrade for it to do like a 3-round burst. It's pretty useful, because 3 rounds is about how much it takes to kill a guy. And you find like weapon parts through exploring, sometimes on like boss enemies. These can upgrade the weapons into different forms, so you know, you start with like a trash pistol and then you get like a Glock, and then maybe you go Desert Eagle or a Magnum or something at the end. At story moments you might get the upgrade as well, and then you collect scrap to get additional parts on it, like better grips, silencers, extended mags. One of the upgrades is literally 2 magazines taped together, and it says it makes it easier to reload. I think it's just stupid. It's like unnecessary weight. It doesn't like combine the capacity of the mags. It's just 2 of them strapped together for a better grip, I guess. Especially in the early game, your weapon looks like a piece of junk.
Right time's over, Germs.
What's the point? We're never gonna get this building finished before the big spray.
Sorry, elevator is having some issues. Come back later. Our elevator needs a moment. No elevator rides for the moment, I'm afraid.
I don't know, those are satisfying enough to do. I didn't feel like there was a significant impact on anything besides the ammo capacity ones, but it's probably just because the game scaled well. like enemies were getting more health, or they'd get like a better armor as you went through the game. So like anytime you got a damage upgrade, it's just like you feel like you're doing the same amount as you were before. Maybe if you were behind on scrap, you'd notice it more, but I always had a lot. I should mention the game looks pretty good for when it came out. Like, it wouldn't be bad quality by today's standards, even, on max settings. It's just, like, hair, specifically. Some of the less important NPCs have bad-looking hair. Like, Fallout 3 level hair. Which is strange, because I think this is one of the first games to use NVIDIA Hairworks, so it was a big deal, but it's only for, like, Laura, specifically. It's not in all the animals and stuff. Which Rise of the Tomb Raider did have it on the animals. I remember I could max the game, but whenever wolves showed up, I would start to lag a little. I don't use NVIDIA cards, of course. So the game's kind of a Metroidvania, you know, you go to explore areas, there's a checklist of Ubisoft things to do, and then you get new gadgets. The gadgets don't feel very inspired, though. You get, like, a torch at first, then you get a way to light the torch on your own. And you get, like, the fire arrows, which kind of invalidate the torch. There's a lot of stuff involving starting fires, really. The grenade launcher was cool, and the shotgun you used to break down wooden barriers. You get a rope arrow, just for pulling things, of course. I don't know, these are all things I've saw in the next game. So it just, you know, that's the issue with playing the sequel first, I guess. But, you know, I just didn't feel like there was a lot that you could do with your upgrades.
Bowling balls only. I just waxed the wood. No shoes on the link. Those things are filthy. You'll make marks.
And speaking of playing the sequel first, it has like a very
So don't bother hoofing it upstairs on your own. Whatever
similar setup too, right? Like, you start the game, things are going alright, you go on an expedition, then disaster strikes, Laura's on her own, you run into Russians. Russians are doing bad things. Jesus Christ. And you're like, okay, is the thing I'm looking for here? It sure is, because these Russians are looking for it too. And then you find a thing and things get slightly supernatural, you end up fighting an army of the undead. This is like beat for beat what happened in the second game.
Don't ever do that to me.
Except this time, this time you're not fighting Trinity. You find a secret message from grabbing all the collectibles that mentions Trinity's involvement. You know, bad guy organization, Illuminati type shit, whatever. So they're involved in the shadows in this one. Sorry, I'm still choking on that water from earlier. But you don't deal with them just yet. So the villain is like a one-off thing, it's just the cult and the supernatural entity. They're little small tombs that you can explore for like treasure maps to mark the collectibles on your map. They don't mark the challenges though, which is slightly annoying because some of them are kind of hard to find. Like the little hanging medallions and stuff you might miss, or they're just in places you wouldn't think to look. Which tacked on the most amount of playtime. I think the game's probably only 10 hours long, but I played like 13 hours because I got all the things, like 100%ed it.
Have you found your path? Are you ready for the 10th frame?
You better get out of here. Those germs
So, like, I don't know. Maybe if you want to play it first,
More serious than I realized.
then you might enjoy it a little more than I did, but having played Rise of the Tomb Raider first, it just feels like a downgrade. Like, Rise of the Tomb Raider was so fucking polished, everything in it was perfect, and it just does all the same stuff, but better. More upgrades, more tombs, more puzzles, better puzzles, more gadgets. Gameplay feels a bit better, like...
Didn't mean to ruin your date!
Visually, things are better, even though this one looks pretty good. Like, it's my fault. Alright, I have a negative impact on my opinion. But overall, it was just, like, extremely alright. Ew, we're in a mouth again. Something I do want to mention is the credits. Very, very heartfelt. It's something you don't see very often, but, you know, as soon as you beat the game, it's like, thank you for playing. We all tried our hardest to make the best game we could possibly make. And, you know, it starts scrolling and they show the names. They have pictures of all the developers. You know, it's humanizing. It didn't feel like it was made by a big corporation like Square Enix.
Hey, bowlers aren't allowed in here. Now get for a spring.
Not something you see very often.
Don't touch that. That's private. Oh!
You loved her?
Her name is Lucretia, but I called her Lucy. And even from that first date in that grimy bowling alley, I knew. Knew that it was too good to last forever? Hey, all relationships end one way or another. Well, I just didn't think it would end so badly. Hey, cheer up. Even gutter balls return. Eventually.
You left me. That was the whole thing. It was short. I guess it's literally splitting up one level into multiple parts. I didn't get any of that baggage though. That's a shame. Knocked her over. Nobody cares.
Connected. Now for the other two. I hope I'm doing the right thing. Agent Otto is right. We'll need Ford at full capacity if we're gonna have a chance against Malignant.
Let's see if I can go back. Maybe the tag I need is in a different part of his mind even. That'd be neat.
Hey kid, you didn't take the toilet plunger, did ya?
So how are we feeling numbers-wise?
If it makes you feel.
Oh, I should have talked about the pacing, right? Sometimes you get an open area with a tomb in it and a lot of collectibles, and they stick you on long stretches of linear paths.
Is it time to take a
Make it kind of difficult to go back for collectibles, because there is a fast travel system, but, you know, it'll put you in the middle of one of these places, and then... You know, there's a lot of, like, Uncharted moments where shit's just falling apart and you don't know how you're gonna re-explore an area. And you go back, and sure enough, you have to, like, go from one end, and you can come in from the other end because the whole middle of it is gone. So, you know, like, be thorough if you're playing it. If you're a completionist, you'll probably get a little more enjoyment out of it. Just make sure you're playing thoroughly. And, number. I said it's, like, very average.
Yep.
It's a little jank. Things are kind of getting unstable now due to its age. So, We're looking at like a 5-6 range. Like, it would have been higher if I played it when it came out. But by current standards, it's just like very average. And I do recommend you play it now if you had any interest in the trilogy or whatever. Because, again, I think that's going to be unplayable soon. What is this? Right, I was missing the shrinky ability, that's what happened. Yeah, all of these are part of one level, so I think the tag I need might be put in one of those other parts then, so I shouldn't go in just yet. So, yeah. I guess I'm glad I played it now, but it was literally just a worse version of the thing that I'd already played. And I know nobody played the third game. That was a big issue. Extremely undersold. I even got it out of a Humble Bundle pretty early the year it came out. I haven't played it yet myself.
So frustrating.
But I'm assuming it's going to be more of the same. Probably just better. Which I'll enjoy. But I don't know when I'll get to that. If ever.
You might detect a slight burning odor. Nothing to worry about.
Hey, kid. You didn't take the toilet plunger, did you?
What's up, little guy?
Be a rank riser, not card miser. Combine your Psy cards with a Psy-Core from the Automatic.
Excuse me, Ford?
Sorry, with a client right now. Obviously.
Think you'll be done with that haircut soon?
Please, you can't rush an artist.
I see a big missing chunk on this side.
What's that?
Not to fear. Only temporary. All part of the process.
Mm-hmm.
Would you mind if I jumped into your mind for a second? Just to even out some split ends.
If it'll keep you quiet, then go right ahead.
I want to mention I think the marketing for them is like pretty terrible, and that they always said this is the game where Laura finally becomes the Tomb Raider. For all three of them, like when does she become Tomb Raider exactly? I thought she was pretty alright in Rise. She was definitely not the Tomb Raider in this one, right? And the third one, is she the Tomb Raider? I feel like they could have just like they could have given it a better name than Rise and Shadow of the, like tell you more about what's going on, like maybe call us Tomb Raider in the Eye of the Storm or Tomb Raider Yamatai or something, like anything more than just maybe Tomb Raider Origins Yamatai, Tells you everything you need to know. First adventure, you're in Yamatai. You didn't need to just go with the one word thing. Try and invalidate the old games, which are still canon. Oh, that hair. Those pubes.
Who's looking a little shaggy? Well, not to worry. A fresh cut and you'll feel like a whole new person. Just make sure you cut away the right parts, or your old friends won't recognize you.
I'm here to recover a piece of Ford's mind, and something tells me it's up in that lighthouse.
Ah. Wow. Okay, what else do we got? Talked about Murder of Sanic. We talked about Tomb Raider. Okay, I played F.I.S.T. Like F.I.S.T. Forged in Shadow Torch. So this, I believe, is a Chinese developed game. You play a rabbit in a mech suit and you do kung fu, and it's 2D, 3D, like the graphics are 3D, but you play in a 2D play space. And yeah, guys, I'm gonna be honest, my game, 2D, 3D, and at the time when this game came out, it was still called Project F.I.S.T. because you punch shit. Like, your main weapon is your fist, and this is the game that made me come up with a name for my game. It's even a Metroidvania, right? They're both Metroidvanias. Crazy. There can never be enough of them. It's my favorite genre. So yeah, that's what we got. It looked pretty cool, and it was pretty alright. It's all voice acted. You got the rabbit does kung fu. You love to see it. You fight like robotic dog Nazis. And you learn new moves, and you gain new fist attachments. Like, you start out with just the fist on your suit. You used to have a full mech suit, but now you just have a one arm because yours broke down at some point, and you fight with the rebels. And you get like other attachments, like I think there's a drill and a whip, and you can find data discs to buy new moves. And you get other miscellaneous upgrades when you enter Metroid-ass upgrade chambers. Like a dash and a directional dash that upgrades your dash, you know. Dash through lasers. The cool parry move that feels pretty satisfying to pull off. I'm not gonna spoil all the upgrades. But, you know, as you can guess from what I said, most of them centered around the dash.
I can't jump with these things on.
And I didn't really care for that. In general, I didn't feel like there was a whole lot of upgrades. However, the weapons had utility effects to them. Like, you'd get new moves and they'd enable you to solve new puzzles. They're like posters you can collect themed around video games and movies. Those unlock new paint jobs for your weapons. Is cool. Help add a little visual clarity to things. Maybe you make your fist red and your drill blue and your whip yellow. And like, let you know what you have equipped at all times. There are also like sub-weapons you can get, like there's a baton you can use to block and you can upgrade it and make you do some damage or something. There's like a gun, there's a health potion of course, stuff like that.
This is frustrating.
I did say it was all voice acted in English. The translation's all pretty well done, but these developers all have Chinese names. I'm pretty sure it is Chinese. The story itself was just kind of eh, though. Nothing crazy. That's fine though, as long as the combat's fun.
This is frustrating.
Though, about that, it's not that fun. It's okay. There's a combo training room, right? You do combos, and you know, you train, and I don't know, you get data discs from doing them. So you're incentivized to do them, there's achievements and whatnot. Anyways, these combos are very difficult to pull off. And, like, it feels like the developers laid out the groundwork for something that was supposed to feel smoother, but the end result is not very smooth feeling. Like, juggling specifically, you're not able to attack fast enough to keep a guy in the air. So when they tell you to do a combo that's like knock a guy into the air and then punch him twice and then use another move to knock him higher up in the air and continue to punch him, what will actually happen is you knock the guy in the air, you might get that first punch in, and then you're already on the ground before you get the second punch, so you have to be really fast to get them all in. You knock the guy up in the air again, and now your character is much lower than the actual guy, and you have to like wait or maybe even use a double jump to try and space it out so you're able to connect that next hit. And it just doesn't play out anywhere as smooth as it feels like they wanted you to. Maybe that's just me being bad at fighting games. Like, you know, there's depth, there are combos. They're just feel like they're a little sloppily put together. Things aren't as strict as they should be, I guess.
You're just a visitor.
Like when you're playing Devil May Cry and you do the rising attack, you rise with the enemy, you stay at the exact same height, and then when you do your aerial attacks, it all just works. But this, it feels like you and the enemy rise independently, and if the enemy was maybe falling before you hit them up, that momentum they had from falling downwards would lower the height that they ascend to when you knock them back up, right? Because that's how physics work.
You can't jump when you're covered in mites. They're heavier than they look.
Oh, do I just punch it over? I knew I had to knock it over.
Die, you annoying pests!
There is like a secret boss rush thing you can find too.
Accidents happen.
Yeah, that was no accident, that was brilliant problem solving.
And that boss rush comes with challenge things you can take on, like you have less health or less energy to use special attacks or whatever. That's cool. I didn't make my way through that. It was difficult. So there was one collectible that I missed, and it was probably from finishing all of that, which would have let me get a secret move. It says in the achievements what the move is. It's some kind of key blast that I know I didn't find. I know where it is. There's like a locked door, and you need to collect pieces of an emblem to open it. I was missing one piece, so you know I'm just putting it all together. And, you know, I said there are all these moves you can buy, and it feels kind of pointless, honestly. Like, you get the charged attack, like, you know, you hold the button and then you release it, and you do, like, a flying forward punch, and that's the only attack you'll ever need. It does some of the highest damage in the game. It's reliable. When enemies attack you, you're doing like bullet hell stuff and you have to dodge their attacks, so like you just charge it up and release it when you get an opportunity to retaliate. And like the other combo moves are kind of pointless, honestly, because that's all you need. There is an upgrade for the charge attack to make it do more damage, and that just makes it even better. The other weapons, the drill and the whip, are useful situationally, but in a boss fight, it's always the fist that I wanted to use. And the bosses too, with the exception of a select few, they're mostly just the kind that become normal enemies later on, and that kind of reduces the impact of fighting them. And you actually end up fighting one of the bosses 3 times, like the main final boss. He has different moves each time, but like it's a little lame. It feels like there could have been more enemy variety in that sense. I don't remember how long it was. I played it a while ago. I just didn't get to talk about it yet. Probably not too long, maybe like 10-15 hours. I think it dragged on a little longer than I expected. But I also like backtracked pretty thoroughly. Water levels. We hate them. There are a lot of water levels. Psychonauts summoned. I'm Maligula, #1 brain. Reading newspaper on Maligula. The Tsar fires coup d'etat. But Maligula took over this war that was going on. And they called in the Psychonauts to deal with her. Okay.
Yep.
What was I saying? Water levels, right? So there were like 3 water levels. I don't remember how many areas there were, but like a significant amount of them were just big stretches of water. And when you get the drill, you can like hold the B button, and that turns it into a propeller, which you can use to hover. But if you're underwater, you use that to move fast in the water, right? It takes until you get to the end of the final water level for you to 1, be able to breathe underwater, and 2, be able to attack properly underwater and like knock down barriers and get secrets. So you have to re-explore all 3 of these big, slow-moving water areas that you weren't able to properly navigate at all until you've done literally everything there is to do in the water. Which just felt terrible, honestly. And that was like a big chunk of the backtracking, just swimming around. Everything else, I felt like the moveset was versatile enough for me to even get to some secrets without getting the proper upgrades, and that was awesome. But because the way the water works, it just strips out all the mechanics that you've been acquiring, all the abilities, they're just useless while you're underwater. Yeah, I think that was like a big low point in the game. Also, there's like a hub town. It is very spread out, which makes things a little annoying. Especially for one of the upgrade sets you're trying to get. Like, there are people you talk to turn in collectibles for rewards. And one of the guys, you spend money to buy noodles to get you a temporary health bar upgrade. The more noodles you buy, you'll unlock new noodles into bigger upgrades. They also give you loyalty rewards, which are like health extensions and stuff. So you have to come back to this guy frequently if you want to get all the rewards from him. But he is just a long walk from the fast travel station. And, you know, it makes you want to not come back to him constantly. It is a shame. So, like, overall, I didn't hate the game. I just felt like could have used more polish with, like, the way momentum and stuff worked in combat. Like, there's definitely the framework for a good, satisfying juggling system and stuff, but they just don't work out well in execution. And then, like, I think this is probably their developer's first game, so I don't want to be too harsh, but there are some just not good decisions with, like, the pacing with the water levels and stuff, like, and, you know, I just explained the issue with the hub town. It's definitely not the worst thing I've played. Like, it was perfectly fine. It just had issues.
Sorry, insects, but you're in my way.
So this would also go in like the 6 range, probably.
Cleaned up The streets?
Those were peaceful protesters, Lucy.
Lucy?
Still, thank you, Fist, Forge, and Shadow Torch, for stealing half my ideas and forcing me to come up with an actual name for my project at the unknown release date. I'm not working on it nearly as much as I should because I have a video game addiction, and winter was cold, so I didn't want to work at all during then. I'm trying, I swear. I did some work like a week ago. I'm trying to get back into the groove. Level design is hard.
There's some emotional back.
It's really the part where I'm stuck, just designing levels. It is so difficult. So unbelievably difficult. I have so many mechanics, like, designed and tested, and they're just not being implemented because I need content before you can get to them. Hey, oil.
Lucy, is that really you?
Ford, it's me, Raz.
Are you really the same person I used to know?
Ford, I just saw you. Remember the bacon?
I can't even recognize the person you become. I feel a bad storm gathering. Drawn close. Very close. Hey guys, that's a little bit too close, okay?
Excusez-moi. Yeah. Actually, what else do we have to talk about? Detroit Become Human? Guys, Detroit Become Human was, like, actually good. Quantic Dream Game, right? Mr. David Cage, who made Heavy Rain and, Indigo Prophecy, Beyond Two Souls. I have not played Beyond Two Souls. I heard very mixed things about it. I did play Heavy Rain and Indigo Prophecy, though. And those are both weird and janky. But, you know, they're unique for what they are. Detroit Become Human is actually, like, a solid thing all around. Like, the acting is good. The story can mostly be taken pretty seriously. And, you know, it's just a QTE thing. You walk around, do QTEs. And you have a branching narrative. The most branching narrative. In fact, there are entire chapters that are completely different. You will not see them in your single playthrough. Based on what choices you made. And within them, there are choices like small things you do to unlock additional options within said chapters. So I think everybody who plays will have a pretty unique playthrough. And there are simply too many outcomes to reasonably get in before you're bored with the game, honestly. But I did what I could. I got to the end of one playthrough, and then I got to the end of a second one where I made, like, what I thought were the bad decisions. And, you know, I got, like, 3 or 4 endings within each of those, just changing things up slightly. I feel like in terms... They give you a nice little flow chart, right? To show you what your decisions led to, so you don't, like, redo mistakes. But, I feel like they could have been a little more generous with the checkpoints, because you're still gonna end up rewatching big stretches of the cutscenes, if not entire chapters, when you go back to change things.
Such a relief to hear you say that.
You're something from deep inside her. Something dangerous we accidentally unlocked.
These all look like little horse mouse.
Hey, you lousy little Mike, how'd you get in here? Don't push me. I'll gargle a whole bottle of hydrocide if I need to.
Lucretia went to Grulovia.
She went back to protect her family, to help her country. Oh, but it changed her. War changes everybody. Inside all of us, we all have dark roots. Well, sometimes we need that darkness to survive. Careful. Sometimes it's hard to get it back in the bottle.
Oh, sorry, Ford. I dozed off there for a sec. Ford? Huh. I guess he finished up. Well, if you see Ford, tell him he did a great job. I feel like a completely different person.
She looks ridiculous.
Only one more piece of Ford's mind to reconnect. I'm making progress. But what if Maligula shows up here? And Ford's not ready. I need to hurry up.
Jeez. Okay, so yeah, there's not a lot that I can say about the game, honestly. Like, it's a visual novel, essentially, except it's a movie, interactive movie, doing QTEs. David Cage always had the best QTEs. You open a doorknob and you gotta turn the stick in a circle. And make it feel like you're doing things. It does kind of the Telltale Batman thing, where you do a fight and you'll, like, press left or right to throw punches and stuff. Game gets actiony pretty often, actually. Yeah, again, I don't want to spoil it. I do recommend you play it. It was very good. This shit was fucking wild right from the get-go. We need to go to the Robo Lab, that brain, because we gotta head back outside.
Away from prying eyes.
This is the lobby?
What I do want to talk about, though, is just, like, the discussion around the game, you know? The ideas it's presenting us with. Like, androids. Do you think that machines are capable of achieving intelligence? Are manufactured people? Do they deserve rights? Like, robots are already just here to replace us for work. They're essentially slaves. In fact, in technical terms, we, like, label things slave and master. Like with drivers and stuff, that's literally what we write in the programming. So yeah, like, is a fake person a person? Or can machines achieve intelligence? Is empathy what defines us being human? I don't think so, because sociopaths exist. But they use that as, like, a plot point a few times. Like, you showed empathy. That's a human emotion. I think that you people are people. I disagree. So, like, what defines us as people, specifically? Hello?
Hi, Lily.
You here to take me into custody?
What?
Please, let me explain that note.
You don't have to. I understand. I'm just sensitive because I am guilty.
You what?
Guilty of what?
I'm guilty of being a terrible daughter. I've been a jerk to my dad all year, and now I might never talk to him again.
Oh, he's alive, don't worry.
You'll talk to him again.
How can you be so sure, Raz?
He's just recovering. It takes time.
But he's not getting better. My psychic senses tell me that something is really wrong with him. I've been reaching out, and he's just not there.
He's blocking you.
Why do you feel like you've been a jerk?
He made me go to Whispering Rock, even though I thought it was kid stuff. I was mad, and the last thing I said to him was, I never want to follow in your footsteps.
That's bad.
That is bad.
I know. That's why I have to fix him. That can't be the last thing I say to him.
Anything I can do to help?
Well, actually, there is something I need.
Just name it.
There's a very special fungus that only grows in damp parts of the questionable area.
Say no more. I'm on it.
Thanks, Raz.
Wonder if I already collected it.
Hi, Lily.
Hey.
Hey, that time we were thinking I was just pretty cool, and if you,
Sorry, Raz. I can't even make sense of what you're saying. I guess I'm just too preoccupied.
Okay.
I'll check in with you later, alright? Don't worry about your dad. He'll be okay.
I hope so.
Raz is never gonna say it, is he?
Hey.
I'll check in with you later, alright? Don't worry about your dad. Looks like this is where Lily comes to work out some of her darker thoughts.
Or like, you know, Trolley Tom from Cyanide and Happiness? Like, the train problem. You're just like a track with one person, a track with 5 people. Do you switch the tracks? And then to add like different criteria to this, like what if this person was white and this was a track full of 5 black people? Do Black Lives Matter as much as a single white life? What if this person was overweight? What if this person was old? What if these were criminals? What if they were children, women? You know, all kinds of things. These are surveys online you can take right now, and these are used right now for the decision making of like self-driving cars and stuff. They just use the global collective morality to make these tough decisions. But naturally, if we were to make a robot and it were to function as intended, like this wasn't true artificial intelligence, it would have the same collective morality just based on data collected from all of us. So like, your answers to these problems are going to play a significant role in the future should we go through with making androids and stuff. But then, like, in the context of the game, are these robots really becoming sentient, or are they just being overwhelmed with logical orders, as you were told several times? Like, for example, there's a test where they're trying to show empathy, right? They tell you to kill a robot. You only play robots in this game, right? Androids, I mean. But they tell you to kill one of them, because... And if you choose not to, your partner, he tells you not to do it, because it'd be pointless, and you're, like, killing something that looks like a human. It's very traumatic to witness, right? He does not want to see you shoot this other robot. Now, morally, there's nothing wrong with it. It's a machine. You're told it's a machine. You think it's a machine. You're hunting them because they're machines. If you choose not to shoot it, the game's going to tell you showed empathy or whatever. But my master told me not to do it. Is that really showing empathy? It's also kind of pointless to do it. Like, why would I do it? So, like, you have to, like, really look at every scene with a critical eye and try and figure out what you really think's happening, because the game's not going to tell you directly. And it means that there is no real good or bad decision. Like, if you think these are machines and they're just doing some weird bugs, or they're being overwhelmed, acting overly logical or something, you're possibly right. As cheesy as it sounds, though, the one thing that I can't explain is robo-love. How do we define that? Love is illogical, especially when you can't reproduce and there's, like, no incentive to go through with all the bullshit. Yet you still see some of these robots falling in love with each other at points in the game. And they make sure to include examples of this in each of the 3 characters' campaigns, because the characters can die and you might miss out on it. And they're all different kinds of things, like, you know, you got, like, the sexy love, and you got, like, the I admire you kind of love, and you got, like, father-daughter love. You know, like, familial love. Another interesting thing is robo-children. You see an ad for them in a newspaper, and this might have other story implications. Like, you know, your family, you just want to have a child, like you look at children as pets, as many people do for some reason. And, you know, you just want to have the kid. You don't want to pay for it, and you don't want to go up through all the schools and move out of your house. You just want to have a kid around forever. Robo-child. Does this child need to be treated as a child forever after it's 20 years old?
This is Morris Martinez, and you're listening to KLOB.
Does... There are all kinds of questions that sound very, very not good to ask in the context of this thing being an alleged child, you know? But I don't know, I think that one's like, those are really hard things to justify with robo-children specifically, and it kind of like dampened one specific plot point.
Yep.
And I'm still unsure what I think about it.
You're looking for something. What was it? Oh, right, a brain for Nick, so I can get in to see Ford, and to keep Nick from getting his head caught in the stamp.
Another thing that's weird about these androids is that you see ads for them, like, in the loading screens, and, like, this one's the fry cook bot, this one's the maid bot. Like, they have programming for specific tasks, but all of them seem to act like humans, you know? They're able to acquire new skills, even though they were seemingly hard programmed with what they're able to do. Which, if that's the case, and there is a limit to what they're capable of, then I guess that settles it. They are machines. But, yeah, I mean, it just seems very... It seems like they're not AI, is the point. Like, they're not able to get smarter or whatever. So yeah, I had 2 very different playthroughs, and there was like a very interesting discussion that can come from this game if you want to like play it with a group, maybe do like a book club thing and just all play it together, compare your different results, or maybe you just sit on a couch and play it together and talk about it. There is a lot to talk about. It can be a very interesting discussion. I think that some of this stuff will be relevant in the near future, even if we don't go full on Android. But I think Japan has gone pretty far as far as that development goes.
Access granted.
Like, they're still very Uncanny Valley looking, but they are definitely going all in on trying to make people.
Nice to see you again, Rasputin. And you've managed to stay
with
close.
the AI thing to ChatGPT, they like put that in the robot body, you might have something.
Gadgets?
Sorry, machines. Psycho-reactive technology?
Rasputin, I thought you would recognize these for what they are. These are dreams. Where do you think machines come from? They spring forth from the human imagination. They are human thought made real. I invented that one when I was angry. When I designed that one, I was sad.
Hell.
That one, I was just hungry.
Incredible.
Glad you like them. You know, I'm not supposed to check out equipment to interns, but Agent 9 seems to put a lot of faith in you, my boy. So, if you'd like to try one out, just let me know.
Oh, man.
There was a pretty significant bug I encountered. It had to do with, Vulkan crashing. Vulkan is OpenGL2, basically, like, you know, it's open source graphics library. It's just advanced. It's very powerful, but usually people use it as an option. Like, the game will be made in DirectX, and they'll give you Vulkan as an option if you want to run it. It's supposed to run better on AMD cards specifically. This game is exclusively made in Vulkan, and I do have an AMD card, but it kept crashing. And the solution I found was, one, if you turn down the resolution scale, it doesn't like it being on anything but the default 1, so don't mess with that setting. And 2, I had to roll back my drivers to things that were relevant when the game came out. So I had to use like 2 3-year-old drivers to play it, or otherwise the game would constantly crash, and that was really annoying. That's the only bug I encountered, though. Otherwise, the game was perfect. Story captivating. A lot of interesting ideas presented. The branching paths were great. Lots of unique little things to play out based on all your choices. I think everybody will have a unique playthrough. It's awesome. I think there's even a whole chapter I didn't see myself because, you know, just choices. I was trying to make 2 unique narratives, and I kind of fucked up at the end of one of them, and I just had to live with it. I didn't want to replay the whole game again to see one extra chapter when I already got everyone else's endings. It was pretty long. I think it's like, I don't know, like 15 hours per playthrough. Maybe I put in 30. Maybe a little less than that, but if you go back and do all the endings for whatever play you got to, then you'll see a bit more. Making mental connections to a chance text mine, causing it to eat in it. Huh.
That choice says a lot about you. Good selection. Perfect.
I'm just buying these to buy them.
I'll admit, the main appeal of that one is looks. Please use your purchases responsibly.
So, yeah, aside from one bug that may or may not be the developer's fault, I'm not sure, it could be just an issue with Vulkan. I haven't played too many things that use Vulkan. Perfect. Right. There were some small quality of life changes, but I would give it a very high score, a 9, if not a 10. And yeah, I think everybody should play this thing. I think there's one more thing. It might be a longer discussion. I don't know if I want to do it right now. Oh, yeah, Resident Evil 4. It's Resident Evil 4, my guy. Yeah, but they made it more realistic. Like, they cut out some, like, campy fun, which is stupid, right? Basically, it's the same. You know, you shoot a guy in the head, he gets stunned, you run up, give him a roundhouse, and maybe suplex another guy. They just change up the gameplay some, like you can aim and strafe at the same time now, which is a huge deal, right? I barely enjoyed playing the original because I think it's so difficult to aim when you have to stand still. It's not even about a defensive option. It's literally just lining up shots. It's so hard to do when you can't move horizontally. We got something that feels more like The Evil Within, which I really liked.
Many brains.
All voluntarily donated upon death. I have all the paperwork. Somewhere.
These people are all dead?
Their bodies are, and their brains are no longer capable of thought. But I've preserved them here, in the brain frame.
What for?
Experiments.
Ew. Really?
No room for the squeamish in psychic science, Sonny. The mind is the final frontier of humanity, and we've only begun to explore its mysteries. That is, after all, the true mission of the Psychonauts. Someday, my brain will live here, and yours too.
What?
Should have read that NDA more carefully.
Oh. Every Psychonaut has their brain donated. What are these Kickstarter backers?
Glad I never met this person. Wow, that is one weird-looking brain. Probably a good thing this brain is in a jar. You know, sometimes you see a brain and you just know you would have liked the person. How's that? I have a feeling this person died in jail. No. Hard pass. Too big for Nick. Ouch. No thank you. Hey, this one looks not bad. Not bad at all.
Periheptidome. Cause of death, abandonment. Found in the heptidome. Dimmadome?
Probably been a long time since you've had a visitor. I hope you don't mind pop-ins.
Let's make sure this guy's stable first.
Maybe I'm too late. Doesn't seem to be any life left here. Oh, hello. Can you hear me? My name is Raz. Who are you? How long have you been in here? What's your name?
Sorry. Oh, you. Sorry, I just haven't talked in such a long time. Oh my gosh, is that my voice? Is that what I sound like? What do you sound like? Oh my gosh, who are you? Are you not me?
My name is Raz.
Words. Words? You're saying words to me? What was that non-word sound I just made? Am I dying? No, not dying. I feel alive. Very alive. Who are you? Who am I? Am I anything? Am I everything? Am I God? Oh, I'm not sure, but I feel like I might be God, or the universe, or the ultimate cosmic oneness, or something in that jam. Am I right?
Well, basically right now, you're kind of a brain in a jar.
Huh?
But if you can remember your name, we might be able to find out what happened to your body.
I can't remember much of anything.
I believe you are suffering from extreme sensory deprivation. Years with no physical input has caused your memory and identity complexes to atrophy.
Oh, I am not ready for words that big yet.
I happen to know of a body that needs a brain right now to keep it out of trouble. If I were to place you in that body, you would start to receive fresh sensory input, which could trigger some of your lost memories.
I mean, that sounds kind of fucked up. They give him a temporary body.
Aren't we all one?
I'll be right back.
What? Where can you go? This is everything.
I promise to be
Take him
quick.
out later when the guy
gone,
gets his brain
you try to
back.
remember
Like,
stuff.
Okay, but please hurry. I'll try to remember when I created the universe. Or when I destroyed it.
Jargo. Oh.
If I put this brain into Nick's body, I think I'd be helping them both out. As well as helping me
Don't
to
put
get
it in
into
your
the
backpack without the jar, Raz. Come
Come
on.
with me, handsome.
Ah! He still does it.
We'll travel back to the mail room to put it in Nick's head. Whoa.
So, yeah, I mean, I think I mentioned it last time, I have not really played much of the original, but I did watch my brother play it a ton, so I know what it's supposed to be like. And, you know, they made things more grounded here. They got rid of stuff like the truck chasing after you and the big boulder chasing after you. Basically, anytime you had to mash the A button to run away, the big robot Salazar, those are all gone, and the enemies don't call you on your comms to talk shit anymore, which is really sad. I feel like they lost a lot of their personality by getting rid of that. But, you know, more realistically, when you get into the castle, nobody calls you on the comms because there's no fucking signal in the castle. And that just makes sense. Salazar does have, like, a primitive, like, pipe system with a megaphone, you know, like that kind of comms throughout the castle to talk to you on sometimes. But Lord Sadler specifically, he just kind of comes out of nowhere. You read about him in the files, but
Yep.
I don't know, he does not feel like anybody you should care about.
Approved hazing rituals for new agents. Some things never change, I guess.
I guess I get some kind of time-slowing power later.
Nobody's eaten you yet? Well, don't take it personal.
Crab sandwich, my cousin. Olive sandwich crab.
You shouldn't be back here. It's...
Agent Mentalis?
Yes, Rasputin?
Got any
cool
cool
devices?
devices to lend out?
Shh. Interns aren't allowed to check out my devices. But if you were to take your time, say, delivering one of these to Sasha or Mia, well, that would be none of my business. This one is a thought tuner. Use it to find stray thoughts floating around the world. And this psi-enhanced camera is for creating photographic memories. I'd train you how to use them, but that would only increase my legal liability. Have fun. And thanks for delivering those items to Sasha and Mia.
Ah. So it's one of those photo mode. And the stray thoughts, I think that'll let me make mental connections out in the world. Which might help me get to some stuff.
What's your theory on
I really haven't thought too much about it. Maybe I should make a lie detector.
Ah.
So is Maligula as bad as people say?
Oh, I don't like to think about that name. If my device had just worked better that day, so many things would be different now.
What device did you build to fight Maligula?
The hyperhyglaciator. It amplified our hydrokinetic powers and allowed us to freeze water semi-permanently. But Maligula threw our friend Helmet in the water just before the device went off. He was frozen so deeply in my hyper-ice, we were never able to recover his body. Only Ford saw it happen, and he's unable to tell us where to look for it.
How do these machines make contact with your mind?
The secret is the Psytanium. It's a psychoreactive quartz-like mineral that responds to and amplifies psychic energy. It vibrates with the psychic waves, driving the machines.
Well, Otto, let you get back to work.
Very, very humorous.
Okay, so... Auto shots. Take photos, both physical and mental worlds, additional filters. Yeah, it's photo mode.
Don't be shy, little thoughts.
The energy of stray thoughts floating around the physical world to catch you up will already go in detailed search mode. Like, is this a hint system? How are we on time? Like 3 hours? Just about. So I want to finish talking about Resident Evil 4 and then that'll probably be it, which means I guess we should go explore. We'll just grab collectibles before moving on with the next objective. Bring that brain in Nick's body.
Warmer?
What the fuck is this?
Ha! There are some stray goals.
Ah! That did what I thought it would. Alright, cool.
See ya, Thought Tuner.
Maybe that's how we get to that island over there, too.
Let's get back to the...
Sorry. Automobiles only. And apparently
Obama?
beat up circus.
Or Reggie Fils-Aimé?
Just to the highway and the questionable area.
Ooh, I've always wanted to go to the questionable area.
Oh, that's too bad. The only way to get there on foot is through the old mine. And that's a death trap.
Thanks.
Been there.
I probably just saved your life.
This is Morris Martinez, and you're listening to KLOB.
K-Lobe. What are we talking about? What are we talking? I don't think I've really said much. Have I? Yeah, the gameplay was preserved.
Better not be any.
It made some small enhancements which made it more accessible to me. Like, I enjoyed it more. Said we got something that felt more like the Evil Within, I guess. Still got all the weapon upgrades, all the guns are the same. I think they added a couple new ones, like the bolt thrower. I don't think that was originally there. There's stuff to unlock if you go through multiple playthroughs and do challenge runs, like no healing or no merchant. Playing on difficulty, getting your S ranks for doing speed runs, which I hate. I love the idea of speedrunning. I respect these people, but like to demand that I do one to give me in-game rewards, fuck off. To demand that I ignore game mechanics and don't explore the world, no. You're gonna tell me that I got a bad grade on my playthrough because I didn't collect anything rather than the one where I did collect everything? That's just stupid. It doesn't make sense. I should get an S for 100%ing it, not for not saving this many times and beating the game in under 3 hours. I hate that, and I don't intend to do it. Alright, I beat the game once on standard, I'm playing it again on professional. And I do have like a challenge run going, but it's kind of miserable, so I don't know if I'll finish that one. And the professional mode, which is what you unlock after you beat the game, also very difficult. And they want you to beat that game on a new game with no OP weapons. I do not think that will be very fun. That also sounds very miserable. So I'm doing that on New Game Plus and still having a very difficult time. But, you know, I'm also not good at it, so take that for what you will. You saw me play The Evil Within. I suck at aiming. Ah, that must be how I know where stray thoughts are.
There are some stray thoughts nearby. I should check it out with people my thoughts. Stray thoughts.
I said they tried to make it, like, more grounded and less goofy. Apparently they tried to cut out a lot of Leon's one-liners, which would have ruined the game, honestly. The voice actor fought the directors at Capcom to keep a lot of the lines intact, and still a lot of them were removed, but, you know, he kept some of them, and he even got to make up some of his own, so that's cool. It's good that he knew what was going on, at least. We expect a good performance from him. The Ada Wong voice actor, though, got, like, harassed off the internet, though, which is kind of fucked up. But she deleted her Instagram and stuff. Why are you bullying voice actors, guys? Yeah, she did sound kind of robotic, but, like, one, this is a Chinese-American person, so, like, even just her normal voice would have been perfectly acceptable. And two, isn't Ada Wong, like, a fucking clone? And a fucking evil spy? Like, she's supposed to be a bit of a sociopath. Her whole thing is that she manipulated Leon before, and she's just doing it again. Like, she isn't supposed to sound emotional. I thought it was fine. And she only shows up like 3 times in the game anyways. However, it is a different voice actor from who played her in the remake of 2, so I guess people liked her performance better. Still, it's very fucked up what y'all did to her. Ashley, she's a lot less annoying. I think they even made her a little older. She's like a college student instead of a high school student this time, which makes her questionable romance with Leon a little less weird. They made her wear a skirt instead of a skirt, so you can't look at her panties anymore. Kind of fucked up. You know, they, like, all the parts of the game were cut. They added some other parts, like you can drive the boat around the lake now and explore for more treasure. There are little side missions you can do, like collecting specific things and selling them, or shooting down medallions. Or killing enhanced boss enemies. Those are fun.
Doesn't look like a death trap to me. Yet.
About a week ago, they released the Mercenaries mode. That wasn't there on launch, but they did release it for free. It doesn't have as much content as I remember. Like, I think they're missing a few characters, like Ada. But, you know, also the Separate Ways campaign, bonus campaign, that's not out yet. I don't know if it's going to be paid DLC or not, but considering what's going on with the voice actress, things might be getting a little difficult. That might turn into paid DLC, because they will have to find a different actor and record lines and stuff. But I'm assuming whenever that comes out, they'll add Ada to the Mercenaries mode, maybe some other characters too. But that's there, it's fun. It added another way to unlock the hand cannon, which before you had to beat the game on Professional on a new game. So, you know, it's good that they gave me a different way to unlock a weapon. But there's still something you unlock from getting to S rank in Professional, which you have to do on a new game anyways. So still a little butthurt. Hopefully they add additional ways to get all the things at some point. Because speedrunning isn't for everyone, especially when they limit your saves and the game's already really hard. Limiting saves is just fucking cruel, honestly. Like, what if I have to get up and fucking eat dinner or something? Like, fuck off. So yeah, general consensus seems to be that the story's more impactful with the changes that they made. It's still nothing like mind-blowing though. And I'm a little concerned with if they choose to remake 5. I think that they're gonna like ruin some of the goofier stuff. Again, they tried to make it more realistic, but you're still fighting like enhanced humans and parasite things. Like, it's still ridiculous. So when you fight Wesker, if he's not gonna like catch a missile and throw it back at you, that's gonna be fucked up. If Chris Redfield doesn't punch boulders onto the fucking platform to sink the volcano, or whatever the hell happened, I'm gonna be tight.
In the damp parts of the questionable area, not here. Hurry!
But, you know, what they did here was fine, alright? And And, you know, I had a good time. I'm still playing through the professional mode. I'm trying my damnedest, but it is quite difficult. I'm going through so much ammo, like, it feels even more ridiculous than the normal.
Interesting mushroom. But Lily said to look for her very special fungus in the damp. Guess this mine is okay. Let's see if this one's any easier. Oh, here I go. Gotta fight my way out of here again.
I think that it's a little cruel with how in between chapters you'll find paths from the previous chapter, or it'll be like blocked off for seemingly no reason. Like, you didn't see a freaking earthquake happen, but for some reason it looks like a freaking landslide blocked off this pathway, and now you can't go back and collect this treasure you missed. And it got me tight. I missed like 1 or 2 treasures in each of the areas in my first run through because I didn't know when things were getting cut off like that. Just slightly annoying. Still, gameplay, very fun. The length, I think it took me about 16 hours my first run, and the speed runs, you can beat it in as little as 3. And right now I think I have about 30 hours in it, so it's alright value. It's longer than the other ones for sure.
My baby!
And it wasn't a $70 game either. I pre-ordered on Green Man after the reviews came out, like a smart man does. So I paid like $50, and I'm okay with that. Having a good time, still playing it.
I'm starting to realize now why Gisu wanted to fob these off on me.
So I just wish that some things were unchanged. You can tell that Shinji Mikami and Suda51 didn't help work on this one at all. They did keep the Killer 7 gun though. That's still in the game. I wonder if they like had to like pay them, or if there's no copyright on that, or what. Maybe it's not even, maybe because it's a different company from what he's currently with, the rights are just up in the air. Then I should look up, actually. I'm more curious about that.
Yep.
We're missing 1 side challenge card, a supply chest, a key, and a challenge marker. Probably an area I just haven't visited, like across the bridge. Maybe something we won't be able to get to until after we've fixed up Ford's head. Still gonna pay a little attention while I make my way to a fast travel point, or I guess we'll go inside the Mother Lobe, that's where we need to go. And then we will save and wrap things up. So what are our final thoughts on Resident Evil 4 Remake? It's pretty good. I think that if you can stomach being able to stand still and aim, you might get like more value out of playing the original, which has been released how many times. You can buy the Ultra HD edition on PC and get all the extra content that was added with each re-release. There's probably a lot more meat there for you to enjoy. more rewards you can get on subsequent playthroughs without speedrunning. So, yeah, I think that's probably still the better version of the game to play if you enjoy the gameplay. But if you couldn't stomach it before, but you've maybe played something like Dead Space or Evil Within, this one's probably more for you. And, like, if you don't have access to the other one for some reason, this is still a solid choice. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just, in comparison, there's some things I wish were still around. But, like, I don't feel like they bastardized it by any means. So yeah, we're looking at like a solid thing, like 8 range. The game actually runs really well too, however, I can't run ray tracing still. I'm pretty bummed about it, because it does run fine with ray tracing on, but when I do, the game crashes. You know, it gives me a specific error to read. I went and looked up what the error was. Everybody just says, yep, you gotta turn ray tracing off, bud. Hopefully that gets patched out at some point. I don't think it's a me problem, but I'm like slightly bummed because the game does look really fucking good. See any stray thoughts? Maybe over here? Yeah, I see it actually. Yeah, good game. Go play it, probably. If you're a diehard who already played the original, maybe not, but go ahead anyways, because it's not the worst thing.
Straight thoughts I'm thinking? Okay, let's see if there are any straight thoughts around some thoughts. Thanks, Thought Tuner.
Challenge marker, but not a card. Now, there's something sus about that flower. I feel like it might talk or something. Little house, little shop of horrors vibes. Little house on the prairie vibes. We did our things. Let's go back inside.
Nobody comes down here.
There's some weird kid right over there.
So
Granted.
what?
I'm sensing some stray thoughts nearby.
Oh, this is probably how it's supposed to do it.
Hey, did you steal that from my desk?
Thoughts! Straight thoughts!
Yeah, takes you right up to the hardest one that I got to the cool way.
Sensing some stray thoughts around. People might think this Thought Tuner was dorky, but I think it's around some thoughts. Thanks, Thought Tuner.
Sorry, I see the things and I just have to do them right now even though I want to save and close the game. This is what video game addiction looks like.
Okay.
What is that?
Let's see if there are any stray
Better
thoughts
not make
around.
a mess.
What is that? Better not make a mess.
That's enough of that.
Okay, we're good. I will see you guys in a week, hopefully. I know I skipped last week, and I said it's because I was having a bad time at work. But, you know, they doubled back on their stupid-ass decision, so hopefully next week won't be so bad. And, yeah, I will see you guys then. Bye-bye.